Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show, where we are having confessions and conversations about your everyday life and finances.
Can you say it, please, like you're not dying today?
I am.
Why are you dying, Rosemont?
Because I'm tired.
Why are you tired?
Because I'm tired.
Good morning, guys. Can you do the intro one more time, please? Thank you. Thank you.
Good morning, guys. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show. We're having confessions and conversations about everyday life. And this is not chorus yet. I'm not opening my jaw that wide.
Well, you need this. I'm just saying, speak up. That's all I'm saying.
Good morning.
And who am I?
This is Domicha Jojo Otto, the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So what better place to be than here with her?
And we are trying to get our life. I can't see. Is there a car coming?
I can't see either. No, not now.
We are trying to get our life together the best we know how.
Gosh, probably.
But I don't necessarily know if that's working out for us this morning. Because I think I'm crooked. Can you look at your door? It's gonna be a good day. I can't hear them.
Hey, Rosie, thank you for being a good kid, because I have seen kids, their parents asked them to do something similar to that, and they went all the way crazy. And yeah, thank you for being a good kid on the show. And not going crazy like some of these teens these days. Okay?
Look at that. I don't know. You see that face. It took her a minute to get it together now, because at first it's early. I know it's early.
It is early. It is, but I appreciate that, you being a good kid and going ahead and doing what your mom said, as opposed to being completely disobedient.
Oh, well,
so some of these kids out here don't know how to act.
Thank you.
Some of these kids do not know how to act.
They
and I'll
sure
tell you,
don't.
yeah, that's all I'm saying about that. I used to work at the high school.
Yeah.
Anywho, y'all, good morning. So while my co-host is getting parked over there, y'all, there's some exciting things that are happening out here in the news that are very interesting to me. I don't know if you guys saw the eBay and Amazon are going at it. Did y'all see that news? eBay and Amazon are going at it. Amazon, apparently their sales reps have been sending messages to the eBay sellers trying to get them to come over to Amazon. So eBay found out about it because they're using eBay's messaging system to actually do the recruiting. And eBay basically sent a cease and desist letter. I don't know which one it is.
Here I am.
Okay.
Don't ask. Don't even ask. I was trying to turn it up, and the way Rosie put it in here, it's on.
That's the way you told me to put it in there.
It's on all the power buttons, and so.
That's your fault.
Good morning, everybody. Please continue, Lynn. My bad.
Oh, no, that's fine. I was just making sure that I hadn't frozen or that I did something, but that's okay. Yeah, that is perfectly fine. Yep. So that's what's happening with eBay and Amazon, y'all. Also, another reason, guys, that I share with you all the time, you always should be working on your income sources, right? Yesterday, I think it was, Verizon shared that they're offering early retirement packages to over 44,000 workers. They want them to retire early because they need to cut some costs, and they're finding that that's one of the easiest way for them to be able to do it. So guys, make sure, like what's his name say, these jobs ain't loyal. Except he don't say that, but anyway, yeah, you know what I'm saying. And in one other thing that I thought that was really great, guys, this is earth shattering my husband is in the car, so and he talks a lot about cars. So this was like exciting car news for us. That the fact that Honda and General Motors are actually partnering together on a venture. They're partnering together to actually produce an autonomous car. So I thought I was like, that's typically unheard of for Honda and General Motors to come together on a joint venture. But Honda has actually put up a couple $2 billion over the next 12 years to help on this venture. I was like, well, doggone it, if Honda and General Motors can come together and work together on some stuff, then we can too. Good morning, Charlene. Good morning, Minister Valerie. So good to see you guys this morning, and everyone else. Thank you so much for joining the show. Don't forget to share this video out, because we're having these true confessions and conversations about life and finances over here. But one of the things I wanted to talk about today, I received a message, and I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and respond to this message. I received a message, from a young lady who was saying, thank you for sharing the information about investing and all the things that you talk about in regards to money. She said, but I need to get my credit right. And I said, I thought for a moment, I said, yeah, I understand that, but there are simple things you can do to build your credit. But what I also know is everybody doesn't know how to do that, right? Everybody doesn't know, because it's not something that was taught in school. It's not something that was dealt with. And I said, you know what? One of the things that I am going to do, I'm going to teach an entire credit class for free. I'm going to premiere it on my page on Sunday. But I'm going to give you guys some tips today, how to build your credit report, your credit score. All right. Some quick, simple things that you can start doing now to build your credit report. But the first thing that I suggest that you do is to get out of denial, right? And no, denial is not a river in Egypt. I'm talking about get out of denial, right? Okay, that was a corny joke. Anyway, get out of denial, right, in your mind. I'm sorry, y'all. My little one is here home for the next couple of days for fall break, and I'm just on this corny joke tip because that's what he does. But anywho, get out of denial so that you can now position yourself to build your credit. And one of the challenges that a lot of people face when it comes to building their credit is just having a basic understanding of what it is. So I'm going to share with you today a couple of things. I'm going to share the top 2 things that you can do this morning that are going to help you to increase your credit. But I'll do a full-blown credit class on Sunday on my actual page, my business page, Financial Solutions. But make sure the number one thing you need to do first and foremost, guys, is pull your credit report. And I say this over and over and over. You have to know where you are. You have to know where you're starting as far as this credit game is concerned. And the thing about it is, in pulling a credit report, make sure you're pulling a comprehensive credit report. Because there are 3 credit bureaus, right? Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. They're not government agencies, all right? Please know that they're not government agencies, but they are credit bureaus. Essentially, what they do is they pull all your information, so they're data dumps. They pull all your information and sell your information to other companies and compile that information. And because they have access to your information, then they can now give you a credit score. So in looking at your credit report, make sure you pull a comprehensive credit report that's going to give you all 3, Equifax, TransUnion, and Lord, I was about to say E-Trade, Experian. Trying to go back to investing. That's where I live, in investing. But guys, in looking at that, when you pull your credit report, don't be alarmed if you see, wait a minute, I have a 700 on Equifax and a 600 in Experian and a 500 in TransUnion. You say, what? How can that be possible? It's possible because not all companies, not all agencies, not all industries, companies or institutions report to the same credit bureau. So that's why you can have different credit scores on each one of those credit reports. So that's why I say pull a comprehensive credit report. And what's going to be most important for you is your FICO score. All right. So I'm going to share and go into more detail on all of this in that class on Sunday, but definitely make sure you get a comprehensive credit report. It's a 3-in-1 credit report. That's what you want to call it. All right. So what makes up your credit score, guys? The thing that's most important to know when we talk about improving your credit score, and let me just say this, my credit score is in the 800s, so I know a little bit about what I'm talking about, but it hasn't always been in the 800s, all right? Let's just say that. It hasn't always been above 800, but it is now. So I'm here to share with you some tips, some things that you can do now to start improving your credit score, because a lot of times people will tell you cash is king, but doggone it, I believe that's credit really is the king, but credit is the queen, because you know the queen runs the castle anyway. The king is just looking like the head, all right? So credit is your queen if cash is the king. So in looking at this, make sure that you know, in looking at your credit profile, what makes up your credit profile? The first part, the biggest chunk of your credit profile, guys, 35% of it is your payment history. All right? How good or how well are you paying off each of those bills on a regular basis? That is 35%. Okay? 35% of your credit score. And when you look at that, guys, make sure if you are, you've been doing good, you've been paying off, but you just, all of a sudden you had something come up. All of a sudden you had to go to Texas with JoJo, right? You had to go to Texas with JoJo and you forgot to pay a bill, right? And you missed that bill and you missed out on it and you got that 30-day late notice or that fee attached there and they reported it on your credit report. Did you know that you can write what's called a goodwill letter to that company? All right? A goodwill letter to that company asking them to forgive you. And chances are, if you haven't missed like 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, right, late payments, they're going to go ahead and be willing to remove that one from you. And in 30 days to 30 to 60 days, you should see that credit score return, right? Get those 7 points back or however many points that you lost because you missed that payment. So make sure that you are aware, guys, 35% of your credit score is your payment history. Pay it on time. Even if you're only paying the bare bones minimum, make sure that you're paying it on time. That is a huge contributing factor. Another huge piece to your credit score is credit utilization or credit usage. 30% of your credit score is how you use credit. So let's just say you have a $1,000 credit card, okay? You have a $1,000 credit card, but your credit card, you've charged it up $800, right? That's an 800% 80% credit utilization, right? You had $1,000 available to you. You've used up 800 of those dollars, right? So you've used up a huge chunk of that credit that's now available to you. When you should be keeping it below, credit utilization should be below 30%. And then once you get higher and higher, you can try to minimize that and reduce it. You say, well, Lynn, how am I going to minimize that and reduce it? I'm going to give you one quick tip you can use today. If you can find you someone that you know has a good credit score. And I'm telling you what I know because I did this for one of my family members. I'm not doing it for everybody, but I'm just telling you what I'm talking about, all right? Find you somebody who you know who has a good credit score. So if you have a good credit score, if that person has a good credit score and they have a high, a credit card that they can use to you can sign up to be an authorized user on that credit card. All right. See, when you have this conversation with them, ask them first and foremost if they're willing to help you improve your credit by allowing you to be an authorized user on the credit card. But here's what's in it for them. You never get access, you never get your hands on the credit card. You never have that credit card delivered to you. They can have it delivered to them, or they can deny sending out an actual credit card, an extra credit card. But what that gives you, say just for example, if I wanted to give this to you, I have a $10,000 limit on my credit card, but I don't use that credit card that often. Maybe I'm using less than 10% on that credit card. Then think about what that does for you. You as an authorized user, you not only have the $1,000 credit from your credit card that we used in the original scenario, but now you have an additional $10,000. So now you have 10,000 plus 1,000, that's $11,000 worth of credit available to you, but you've only used now that $800 that we had from the original scenario, right? So now that's an even lesser percentage, that's below 30%. And now you've increased the opportunities on your credit, right? To now increase your credit score. So there are opportunities for you out there, guys. You just have to know how to play the game and know the rules of the game. So making sure that you're making those payments on time, that is a huge chunk. So I've given you, that's roughly 65% of your score, right? 35% your payment history, 30% is credit usage. And you say, well, credit usage, what type of credit are you talking about, Lynn? And that's a good question. There are two different types of credit utilization, okay? It's based on either what they call revolving credit or installment credit. Revolving credit versus installment credit. And all of these, you'll see both of these on your credit report. Your installment credit is essentially like your car loan, your mortgage, things of that nature. These are fixed payments. Once you make that payment, the amount comes down, but you don't get it back. That's installment credit. But your revolving credit is going to be like your credit cards, right? Your Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or your department store cards. Like if you have a card for Macy's or Sears or New York and Company, whatever. All right. So if you have those, that's considered your revolving credit. That is where your credit utilization, that is where your 30% credit usage comes from. That is the only place it comes from. All right. This 30% only comes from that revolving credit. So making sure that those accounts that you're utilizing it below 30%. That is what is going to help you increase your credit score. So guys, there's much more information where this part comes from, but I wanted to let you know that's how you get started on that. That's how you move to your next. That's how you're able to level up in your finances. But I also wanted to give you 3 quick keys. All right. So if you're feeling overwhelmed and where to start on this credit game, if you're feeling overwhelmed and where to get started as far as your situation is concerned, I already told you you need to start by pulling your credit report. Because if you don't know where you are, how in the heck do you think you're going to get anywhere? All right. First and foremost, figure that out. And if you're feeling overwhelmed, what you need to do, the first thing you need to do is make a list of priority items. What's the priority for you? What is the end game? What is the ultimate or the end result that you want to achieve? You have to decide what that is for you, okay? So we can say bye-bye to survival mode and get into a different mode, right, as far as our lives are concerned. The second thing is choose one thing you want to focus on. What's that one thing you want to focus on in your finances as you're working on this? If it's your credit, it's your credit, then so be it. If it's paying off debt, it's paying off debt, then so be it. If it's investing, then so be it. But you must decide what that is for you. And once you've identified what those things are, then you be intentional in that. You set up the notifications on your phone, do whatever you need to do to make sure that you stay on track. Devise that plan to get to where it is that you want to go. And then finally, you make this thing a habit. It should be the same as the habit that you do, that you have for your routine for getting up in the morning. If your routine in the morning is to get up, to say your prayers, to go brush your teeth, go take a shower, then go do whatever, then whatever, just in the same way you devised that habit, that needs to be the same way you devise this habit of improving your credit score or paying off debt or investing or whatever it is for you. You must decide what that is. Guys, I'm Lynn Dimmons, America's #1 financial rebound coach. Yeah, I said it, America's #1. I'm here to help you get to your next, guys. And I'm not telling you something that I'm talking about. I'm telling you something that I know about. And I was going back. I was about to pass it over to you, but I thought of one more thing, JoJo. I was going back through, you know, some of the things that I've done, some of the things my husband and I have had to do over the years, guys. And I recall there was one time, y'all, we had to sell stuff. We had to sell stuff just to be able to get the bills paid. We had to sell stuff just to be able to buy the baby some gifts at Christmas time. We had to sell stuff just to be able to make it. And I stand before you today to say that I am thankful for what I have learned and applied along this journey. And that's one of the reasons that I want to share that and pass that on to you, so you don't have to go through the same things that I went through. Learn from the lessons, right? Learn from my mistakes, learn from our mistakes, learn from the mistakes of others, so you don't have to go through that, guys. All right, I'm Lynn Dimmons, America's #1 financial rebound coach. Yeah, I said it, America's #1. All right, passing that over to you, Miss Co-host. But guys, don't forget, Sunday, I'll be doing a full-blown credit course on my page, Financial Solutions. Sign up to get the notifications. I'll add a link here so that you guys can sign up to get those notifications as well. All right, thank you so much. It's Thankful Thursday, y'all. I'm thankful all the way over here. All right, Miss Co-host.
Yeah, I'm looking at this. Look, I've never seen, and this is just a side note. So you guys know Rosie's in high school, so we drive to 40 minutes to her high school every morning. This kid just pulled up beside me and got out. He ain't got no book bag. He ain't got no pen. He ain't got no pencil. He ain't got no paper. He got car keys, and he, honey, ran his fingers through his hair and walked through the door like he ready for the day. Like when I was in
this is the electronic generation.
I mean,
his iPad or something is already in his locker. All of his assignments are probably, he already emailed them to his account. You got to give him the benefit of the doubt.
I need homeboy to have a book bag and some paper and some pencil. That's what I need up in this piece every day. Okay, I'm sorry. I just got sidetracked. All right, guys. Today, Lynn, you didn't tell them the name of your business page for Sunday?
Guys, yes. My business page is Financial Solutions on Facebook. I'll put the link over here so you can get to it. But it's facebook.com/Dimmons Enterprise. Okay. I'll put the link over here so you guys can get that notification. But I'll be sharing that video Sunday night at 8 o'clock. And I'll be sharing that credit course. Yes. Credit course Sunday night at 8 o'clock on my business page. So make sure those of you who are interested, join in, get it to your friends and family who you know. You be like, baby, come on over here, get your credit fixed, because I'm tired of co-signing for you, right? I don't want to co-sign for you to get another car that's going to be repo. All right? Get on over here and get in this class and learn what you need to do. All right, Miss JoJo.
I'm just saying.
Appreciate it.
Just saying. All right, guys, so the fearless thought for today, I actually had two, and so I had to pick. Sometimes I have 2 or 3 and I have to pick one, so I write them down and I'm like any, many, miny, mo, because they all good. So today's fearless thought for today is, what words are you using to describe yourself?